Now, the kites education in access the panel, who has hardly needed any introduction. You have made all us proud of your distinguished work in numerous fields. You are one of the most celebrated foreign services dignitaries. So now, the time for the panel discussion. The topic is role of innovation and entrepreneurial skills in school education to prepare students for the future. Now I request today's moderator, Dr. Priya Trivedi, Head Academics and Department of Science, Madhya Pradesh, to take the conference on the another level. Over to you, ma'am. It seems like there is some technical error. Meanwhile, if anybody having any query from the eternity,
Now I'm audible, ma'am?
yes, yes, ma'am. Now you are audible. Over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Gulin, ma'am. Thank you to all the eminent speakers who had talked on such a informative and current topic. Thank you, all of you. Now, starting with the next panel discussion. Good evening to all and to one and all. I, Dr. Priya, Head Academic and Department of Science, Computer ISEC College of Professional Studies, Indore, on behalf of Kites Education and UA Incubated, welcome you all on the panel discussion, and topic is of innovation and entrepreneurial skills in school education to prepare the students for the future. You know, this is really a very current topic, and this is the era of educationists and education. So as we all know that the entrepreneurship education cultivates innovative talents which are important driving force for the future development. So before start with the uh, healthy discussion, it's my pleasure and honor to introduce our guest of honor from different countries who came to one platform to achieve one goal. So starting with the first guest of speaker, Sheikh Sir, who is principal from Bahadur Technical School and College, Bangladesh. Sir, welcome to you. Zibrin Ali Khan, sir, Executive Director, Socio Engineering Technologies, City, Islamabad, Pakistan. Sir, welcome you. Nilyamar Rana ma'am, teacher, educator, Shanti Shiksha Mandir Secondary School, Kathmandu, Nepal. Ma'am, welcome you. Dr. Iqbal sir, Director Training, Collaboration and IPR Cell, Acharya Institution, Bangalore, Karnataka, India. Welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
Uh, Baba Tunde, A sir, Academic Director, BAPS, Michael International Texas, United States. Sir, welcome to you. And last but
Thank
not
you.
the least, Calvin, sir, you are looking so smart today. CEO, uh, Ogba Educational Clinic, Delta, Nigeria. So, welcome you all. And
Thank you.
before start the session, I have some queries and the questions also in front of you to move forward with the same. First of all, I just want to know how the entrepreneurship importance to the student and how they will help students to move in their career. The second question is, what effective role can the entrepreneurship education play for a suitable future? What is the role of innovation in developing skills among the students? So with this, I'll start with the Gibran sir. Sir, please throw light on the same, and then we will move forward with all the speakers today to discuss on the same topic. Sir, welcome to you again. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Priya. Thank you for giving this opportunity to speak about entrepreneurship and the role of innovation in education. Coming out to your first question, that what's the importance of entrepreneurship for students? We must understand that in this world right now, because of the crisis, COVID-19 crisis, we are facing a lot of job depletions, a lot of economic problems. In that case, we need to prepare our students, our youth, our next generation to be able to be enough capable to sustain themselves in the economic toughness that is thrown out to us, especially in the Eastern world. So if a person, if a student, if a young youth or a new generation is capable of learning entrepreneurship, which just not means entrepreneurship is just not one thing, which means a lot of skill sets in the back end to make sure that he or she is individually capable enough to, you know, put themselves.
I request you all to mute themselves. सभी लोग अपना mute कर लीजिए mic so that we can have a healthy discussion. Requested to everyone. Yeah.
So when an individual, when we talk about entrepreneurship for students, I just want to go back a bit to the grassroots level. So because when we say that we need to have entrepreneurship, what's the importance of entrepreneurship in students and education, we need to also understand that we need to strengthen the foundation itself, which is producing the students itself. So that means the school education itself, the school, the teachers, the administration, the whole program itself needs to be strengthened. The whole program itself needs to understand the need of the hour, which is entrepreneurship, which is soft skills, which is capacity building, which is to be able to critical think. So when these things come around, when we will be able to equip our teachers, our administration, our
Sir, in
program
the same
itself.
context, I would like to ask from Dr. Iqbal sir. Sir is very experienced director. So what is the role of the teacher in the entrepreneurship? How they can motivate the students for the same? Dr. Iqbal sir, are you there?
Yeah.
Sir, yeah.
I'm very much there. Good evening, everybody, and good evening to Dr. Priya. Dr.
Yeah,
Priya,
sir,
can
good
I
evening,
just
sir.
speak on both innovation and entrepreneurship?
Yeah.
maybe
Sir, you can continue.
Okay, good. Thank you all very much. I think it's wonderful to see a host of speakers, a galaxy of speakers from all over the world. Okay, and I have touched upon some of the things. I would just like to repeat some of the things. Okay, now first of all, let me tell you, education is the passport to prosperity and opportunity. And education enables individuals to become academics. Education enables individuals to become entrepreneurs. Education enables people to become business government leaders. All these things are there. Now, why do we need to innovate? Now, what do you mean by innovation? Now, see, I don't want to get into the gamut of innovation. See, because there is a wrong concept that you need to create some new idea. Okay, so I just want to say that it is not only creating new ideas, but also working on some existing ideas and changing the system or changing the way the things are happening. That is also innovation.
Yeah, sir, exactly.
Okay, so now see, innovation basically, why I'm touching upon innovation first is that it is a specific tool of the entrepreneurs. Okay, and the Indian, let me inform the other speakers that see, Indian education system is the third largest in the world next to USA and China. But as far as the number of educational institutions are concerned, we are the largest. Okay, and let me tell you that there are a lot of things. See, first of all, why do we need to innovate? We need to innovate because things around us are all changing. Things are evolving. When I did my engineering, things were all different. Okay, now digital tools have come to the fore, and the way we teach, the pedagogy has changed. Okay, and people are using digital tools. See, this pandemic has enabled a lot of things. Digital tools have come to the fore. In India, in Western countries, I've seen, yes, digital tools were being used, but in India, it was only one-to-one learning. But now hybrid learning has come to the fore, online learning has come to the fore, experiential learning, all these things, problem-based learning has come to the fore, which are all innovations that have happened because of the pandemic. So I would say the pandemic was a boon as far as the digital tools were concerned.
Exactly. Sir, I just want to know about from the same Baba Tunde sir, and I request all the speakers if you can start your video so that all can visible with each other and can see the faces of each other. So discussion will be more healthy. So Baba Tunde sir.
Okay, thank you for the privilege and opportunity to do this. I want to appreciate the team. It's a good job. You guys are doing very well. So first and foremost, I want to say the greatest innovation we can bring to education is entrepreneurship. So if we're talking about entrepreneurship, it is the first innovation that we can introduce into education. And that is going to be solving a lot of problems in the future. One of the problems that is globally recognized is unemployment. We are producing graduates that are not getting jobs. So what entrepreneurship will do is to produce people that can start businesses on their own. So it's the first innovation we can do. Introduce it into the syllabus in schools. It's not just going to learn the sciences, the arts, and the administration. You've got to put entrepreneurship into school or curriculum. I run a school in Nigeria. I'm in the United States at the moment. I run a school in Nigeria, and we have added entrepreneurship into part of the training. We call it EDP, Entrepreneurship Development Program. So when students graduate, instead of looking for a job, they can start up business. Even if they get employed, entrepreneurship knowledge can be used to move the business forward. So as a student, if you have understanding of entrepreneurship, you can function anywhere. So we're talking about the future. The real innovation in education is putting entrepreneurship into curriculum. Let students be aware that they need to become business-like. They need to be entrepreneurial. They need to think, because entrepreneurship will make them think like a business owner. So anywhere they're working in, they're going to be making the business move forward, and they're going to be thinking like a business owner. And in addition, they're going to be owning business in the future. You've got to learn. It's not all about sitting in class and learning sciences.
But I think, sir, in curriculum it is added. In BSc, in graduation level, I think it is added that in syllabus. So I would like to listen something from Calvin, sir, from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Sir, what did you think about that? Sir, you can on your video also. If possible, all can on your video. Over to you, Calvin, sir. Calvin, sir. Yeah. Good evening, sir. Welcome to you. Yes, sir.
Hello.
You can continue. Yeah. So you can continue.
So when we talk about entrepreneurship and innovation in today's world, we'll find out that lots of things have changed when it comes to doing jobs. For instance, in my country today, what we see are tricycles and women selling similar articles and making no profit. This is as a result of lack of investment on the right kind of education. Today, we have seen that artificial intelligence is causing a monstrous change in terms of work displacement. And some countries are already testing on UBI, which is the Universal Basic Income. So we can see that precision jobs, a lot of jobs will be displaced, and that future jobs will be all about working with the robot. So we have to renovate, make some changes in our educational system to reflect the present reality. And when we talk about an entrepreneur, is someone who goes to far extent to see that he's able to invest into the future to see how work will look like. As for us in our clinic here at the Ogba Educational Clinic, we decided to start training kids on future job skills and how to work with the robot, because our conventional courses ain't going to be providing the needed jobs again, because lots of jobs will be wiped out as a result of the fourth industrial revolution. So we're having things like training people on IoT and the use of technology. I decided to do something with our women here. A lot of women are into business, but they do business in mundane way. They could still spend hours in the bank to make certain transfers to their children. Why they do that? They lock up their shop. So we decided to run a program of encouraging women to embrace the use of internet technology in doing their business. When we did that, we decided to train them on how to use internet. Any business that is not on the internet will eventually die. We decided to look at two sets of people: Donald Trump, the ex-US president, and Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook. What we saw is that while one has been in business for almost 7 decades, another has been in business for barely 3 to 4 decades. And if you compare their wealth, you will see that Mark Zuckerberg is 10 times that of Donald Trump. What am I bringing here? I'm trying to show to you that while one has a business on the internet, the other one has a business on real estate. So when we talk about entrepreneurship, there must be innovation and the...
Sir, I would like to listen something from Sheikh, sir. Sir is the principal, Bangladesh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, please throw light on something for the startup for our students also. So how can they move?
Starting the name of Allah, greetings and congratulations on behalf of my institution, Bahadurpur Technical School and College, to all the guests, presenters, and guesters present here. I am Sheikh Mohammad Rakibul Islam, founder principal of Bahadurpur Technical School and College. founder and managing director, Sheikh Rifat Agro Limited. I am working all over Bangladesh to create entrepreneur in the field of education. My consultancy is providing free advice and various service to entrepreneur. I am now presenting my suggestion and statements of innovation and entrepreneurship in school education. An entrepreneur is a businessman who thinks of new business that no one has done before or bring an old business to the people in new. He makes a complete plan to how to start a new business, run it, and now much money he will spend in any sector, how much he will profit from it. The main qualities of successful entrepreneur are that he can work hard for a long time. He will present his new idea to the investor in simple and effective way, in such a way that it seems necessary and attractive. When that investor sees the idea as diverse, then the investor will allocate resources according to skill and manpower. When we look at the great entrepreneurs who have succeeded in the world, we see that they see human problems and their own problems. In solving their problems, they have thought about the benefit of the people, how to solve the problems. Think about how many people benefit from solving problems. In this way, entrepreneurs have come forward to meet the needs of others. For example, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, could not communicate with his classmates who came to read from different parts of the world. Again, many of their classmates could not come and meet their relatives. He noticed all this and created a platform where his friends and relatives could be easily contacted for a distance.
That's great, sir. Sir, I would like to listen something from ma'am also. Ma'am is with us from Nepal. Ma'am, are you there? Yeah, sir, we
Hello?
have. Yeah, ma'am. You are
Hello.
audible. Yeah, ma'am.
Sheikh Mohammed Rokibul
Okay,
Islam.
okay, thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much. First of all, good evening, all my respected kite education team and all
Yeah.
my respected educators. I am Minmay Rana from Nepal, and I am a teacher. I am also social worker in this Nepal to women empowerment.
Welcome, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Today I am very happy to give some experience in teaching activities in the learning to the students. Uh, so, first of all, we can say that, um, but sorry, today I have joined from desktop, so I have no web camera. So sorry.
Okay, ma'am. I would like to ask something from the audience. Did you want to ask anything from our speakers, eminent speakers? If you have any questions, you can put up.
Now, can I start, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay. I am a teacher, but I can say I am a learner. I am not a teacher because teachers are all learners also. So education is a life, and education is also human activities, and education is also social activities, and education is the process of the growth. So teacher is the supreme name of the school, social and intellectual personality, and teacher respect the
Exactly,
teacher.
ma'am. Without teachers, we can't move forward, isn't it? I
Okay.
think all the
So
speakers will agree with me.
okay, only start, ma'am.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Nepal has suspended their academic activities by closing the school and college, and some attempts are being made to overcome this gap by providing the virtual class to the students. But such efforts are also being proven the inaccessible and the challenging, especially for the poor students residing in the remote part of the country in the Nepal. So only 30% school are in the online education because there are many poor students in Nepal. 23% people are in poverty. The Sustainable Development Goals says that regarding the practical process or acquiring of the psychomotor skill by the student in the mandatory together with the other cognitive and effective skill, and also virtual online classes remain effective in the education sector. So I also said that because I am a teacher, so I can say that students should be we can teach student center, but not a teacher center. So technology and innovative skill is most important for the communication skill to the student, and in the future life, in the child are in the future, and he or she to get the more chance to get the teacher and doctor, engineer, every way to go through that. So we can say that education is most important for all level, not only student but all educators. It is the most important. So first of all, we can say that students should be teacher always, not a teacher but facilitator, friendly, and also like a friend with a student in when we can teach in the
Ma'am, I
learning
will excuse
activities.
you. In the
Yes.
same context, I have got one question from the group. Ki how have children been rehabilitated post lockdown? Anyone from the panelists can reply for the same. As you all know that pandemic was everywhere and we all were affected by the same. So how this entrepreneurship, or how the students, those who are getting not getting the jobs, they have education but not getting the job, so how they can overcome with the same? Anyone, sir? Sheikh sir, Iqbal sir?
Well, I would like to answer.
Yeah, sir.
Just one
Yeah,
minute, I
sir.
think.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, yeah, previously, I think I was trying to complete my points. I was not able to complete. Anyway, now I'll ask you, answer your specific questions. See,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pandemic provided lot of opportunities that were not there. And many of the people who were not entrepreneurs, they came up as entrepreneurs. Okay, there was a lot of demand for various types of equipments. And you will not believe it. See, COVID-19, what it did was, see, what happened is there was a demand. See, no, people used to sell directly. Now, what happened is all the shops were closed. So they had to innovate. So they came out with what is called as creative destruction, creative accumulation. So a lot of things started happening. There was a demand for vacuum cleaning robots, disinfection robots, accumulators. A lot of people started inventing. So that was the period. You see, an Australian-based professional drone company, they came out with Dragonfly. Okay, then medical ventilators, this thing, and a lot of vaccines started developing. I think this was
Exactly.
ample opportunity, and the government of India also provided various what you call I'm not getting the word. Okay, I think various this thing for people who could come out with some new things.
Exactly,
Okay,
sir. So Sheikh sir was saying something. Sir, you want to continue? Yeah.
Okay. In my opinion, there are three types of entrepreneurs: one business entrepreneur, two social entrepreneur, three creative entrepreneur. When a person creates his own employment through business and creates another's employment in his own organization, we call him a business entrepreneur, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. Entrepreneurs are instrumental in expanding trade and commerce in the country, solving the problems of unemployment and creating a strong economy in the country. A country economic employment, poverty alleviation, investment, foreign exchange, earning, technology exchange, etc. Largely depend on the business entrepreneur. Social entrepreneurship is very important for society. Social service organization such as NGOs, foundations, missions, trust, organization, etc. dedicated.
Exactly, sir. Sir, Ali, sir, I
Okay.
just want to know what was the impact of COVID in Pakistan?
Well, COVID,
About the
I'm
job.
from Bangladesh.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. Bangladesh.
I am from Bangladesh.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, can I say something to the pandemic innovations and entrepreneurship? So I want to say basically I saw somebody wrote it on the chat box that though there is pandemic, that I still prefer education to be physical, one-on-one interaction with students. We understand that that's the best of education. We got to have interaction with the student. It's normally the best way of learning, but we've got to innovate from there. Since pandemic, even before pandemic, we should have been maximizing the use of technology. You know, I had a lot of innovations that is going on. I want to appreciate everyone doing great job anywhere in the world. You know, somebody talking about robots, someone talking about different things, and that is how education should be. Innovation should come out, and that's why we encourage entrepreneurship. And aside that, teachers, lecturers themselves should also develop entrepreneurship characteristics, because when students are learning to become entrepreneurs and lecturers themselves are not, we're going to be looking as if we are not informed. It basically means if you are throwing entrepreneurship concept to students, all lecturers, teachers must have the mindset of an entrepreneur. If you have a mindset of an entrepreneur, you can pass your message properly to students. So greatest innovation, we need to maximize the technology. That gave birth to a lot of entrepreneurship. People develop apps. You know, a lot of things happen. Like mentioned some part in Nigeria, the only problem we have with pandemic education is where we have remote areas that are not developed. How can they access the technology? That is where we should look into now. How do we solve that problem? I know in Nigeria, then they make use of radios, you know, people listen to radio, but that is not the maximum level of learning. People cannot access basic technological tools. What is the way forward for that? I'm throwing a question also, but that's the only challenges that we have when it comes to innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship among students. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your suggestion and thought. Calvin, sir, what did you think about the same? Did you think this was the opportunity for all of us, and then students can move forward for the with this pandemic, and then can overcome with new startups?
Hi, Priya, I would like to say something as well.
Yeah, sir. Continue.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a few things because I was cut down in the middle. I would just, you know, what Babatunde said, I would really agree with him. The basic cause is to fix foundation at first. We are making entrepreneurs, but the people who are making entrepreneurs do not know how to make the entrepreneurs in the first place. So we also need to fix that as well. And with entrepreneurship comes a lot of skill sets as well. Just not entrepreneurship is just a word which has a lot of skill sets in it. And at the same time, when Dr. Iqbal said that COVID-19 brought a lot of opportunities, I would totally 100% agree, because COVID-19 forced us a decade ahead of our times and made us realize that we have to compete in the market. We have to take over things. We have to innovate. We have to think in order to survive. It was survival of the fittest in all economic and social, kind in the mode. So I would completely agree with Dr. Iqbal on that as well. And when Kelvin said that we need to address specific areas of education, how to disseminate that education in terms of e-learning, and what to disseminate, that's very important as well. So if you are training someone to become an entrepreneur and be innovative, you need to understand what being innovative or how to promote innovation is in the first place, so that we have to understand innovation itself, not just the word, the basic theoretical thing of itself, then go towards the practicality. And obviously India, Pakistan, all the South Asian countries, they had this liberty to make sure that they excel in this market, in which they did. Some were getting ventilators, some were making masks, some were making sanitizers, some were making robots, just like Dr. Iqbal mentioned. So this is very important. So entrepreneurship is the key to success for the youth of this coming generation or the coming era. But at the same time, it is our social responsibility and it is our ethical responsibility to make sure that the tools, that the information that they're getting are actually useful and actually effective at the time and when they will be entering the market, not at the time when we are in the market, when they are. So that's the future skills. We need to get them future skill ready. So this is what I was trying to say in the start. I'll be happy to let Kelvin speak now. I think he's got his mic on now.
Yeah. Calvin, sir, you can continue. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I think the conversation is going, the discussion is going so healthy, and we are all getting a very information from all of you, and I mean the speakers from all of the other countries also. And I think this online platform has given us the opportunity to meet here, to talk, to interact, and we can move forward with all the possibilities we can. Calvin sir, are you here? We'd like to hear something from you.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, sir.
I'm happy about the way the conversation is going. We'll get
Thank
to
you,
learn
sir.
about entrepreneurship in different ways, in different cultures. I'm also happy for this platform to speak. But basically, it is also very good we continue to enlighten our people about the fact about the changing scape as we enter into a system of automation. We're actually in the fourth industrial revolution, whereby everything is powered by intelligent machines. So when we talk about entrepreneurship here, we must talk about entrepreneurship as it relates to the use of intelligent machines, how it will aid us in doing our business. When we talk about something like machine learning, we'll be able to understand what the customer's needs are. And you can see these great entrepreneurs like the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk, the Mark Zuckerberg. These are people that actually invest so much on smart technology, artificial intelligence. So for a budding young entrepreneur, I think the most distinguishing factor about my business or my clinic here in Warri, Nigeria, is the fact that we leverage on technology a lot. We get tutors from abroad because we believe that AI can give the same quality education available in Harvard to the poor people here in Warri. So that's my take on it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And I just want to know कि through this platform, online platform, through Yuva Incubated, जिन्होंने this create करा है ये सारा panel discussion, and आप लोगों को सबको together लाया है all the countries. So this was think this was the fruitful for our students also, and this conversation, this good conversation, healthy conversation, and innovative conversation can be put again and again for our students, and we can have an interaction in our schools and at our place also, so that we can have some more new ideas for the entrepreneurship, or for the new idea to create new idea for your areas, our areas, and collaboration work. Did you think so, Dr. Iqbal and Dr. Sheikh sir?
Dr.
Did you
Priya,
think
I
am
think,
I right?
yeah, Dr. Priya, I think I have not had enough time to complete many things that I wanted to say. See, I think the previous, please don't interrupt me. Let me just try to complete something.
Sir, you continue. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. See, the previous speaker, he gave a little background. See, when you want to become an entrepreneur, you should know what is happening around you. Okay. Now, see, what is happening is people are using automatic cars. People are using wearable jackets. Okay. Now, wearable jackets also, they had sensors and they were able to predict any critical problem that used to arise. Now, with the advent of artificial intelligence, what is happening is you can predict when the thing is going to happen, when a critical failure is going to appear, happen. You can predict when exactly heart attack is going to happen. So artificial intelligence, machine learning, okay, now all these things, machine learning, deep learning, virtual reality, all these things have come to the fore. So I think in any entrepreneur, he should know that even if it is the education field or the teaching field, he should use the tools that are available, and he should use the technology that is being used. Okay, that is one of the things. I second the thing of the previous speaker. And I think if you can ask me a question later on what are the indicators for innovation in education, I can speak on that later.
Okay,
Because
sir.
we are
Thank you
talking
so
about
much.
education system. I think.
Okay, we will have some more discussion over this, sir. As time is running out, and we have some more, and you have taken out the topic artificial intelligence, and that topic is really a very good topic to discuss about. And I'll ask our organizer, sir, and Mukesh sir to continue with this session. For same session, we will have some more conversation and panel discussion and conferences, seminars, so that we can have elaborative discussion with the same. I think Sheikh sir, I would like to summarize कि सर आप समराइज करें आज का जो
Thank you.
है पैनल डिस्कशन, एंड विद
Thank
द
you.
अदर पैनलिस्ट
Sustainable-
आल्सो आई वुड लाइक कि सब एक एक लाइन में इसको समराइज करके देन वी विल गो टू द एंड अप ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम.
Sustainable development is the sustainable development in the development that is sustainable, and sustainable development is any development or modified work without harming the environment for the next generation to live healthy and well. The United States has announced the SDG 2030 agenda to ensure peace, prosperity, and sustainable development for people around the world. Includes a total of 17 targets and 179 specific targets. If we want to make the world peaceful, free from poverty, create employment, eliminate inequality, development, and literature, create a sustainable world for future generation, implement SDGs, then these three categories of entrepreneurs have no choice. These three categories of entrepreneurs are critical to sustainable development of any state. Sustainable progress is not possible without one. Therefore, entrepreneur should be considered as sustainable development and driving force in the world, and the same time create a conducive environment for all classes of entrepreneurs, big and small, and give them a chance to succeed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheikh sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Iqbal sir. Sir, I would like to continue with the Gibran sir. Sir, would you like to summarize this?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, in order for us to achieve a sustainable development or a sustainable environment in the future, we need to just make sure that we create enough friendly and understandable and communicatable information world around us. And it doesn't have to be on a nationality basis, it has to be on a global level, so that every youth that is coming into the market is able to compete and is able to stand on its own, her, himself, whatever you want to call, on their own, so that they can, take on the world and be effective and make something out of themselves, and be also positive and productive for the global economy as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Baba Tunde sir, I would like to request you to please do summarize for the same. Over to you, sir.
All right. Basically, in summary, I want to say innovation and entrepreneurship are two things that is important for education globally, anywhere you're operating from. So two things I will say. First and foremost, we need to begin entrepreneurship training from the lower grade. Somebody said that from the start, that we should not just focus on the high class student, the private students. We should start it from the lower class. The primary, depending on how the grades of education run in your country, the high school students, entrepreneurship should begin to exist in their curriculum, not only in the universities and in other institutions. We should start it from the foundation, making them understand entrepreneurship. Some of them are not even go to the university at the long run, but from what they've learned about entrepreneurship, they can start a business at a very younger age. They don't need to be 20, they don't need to be 15 before they can start business. It is for us informing them. Then teachers also need to be equipped. We need to train teachers. I belong to an association in the United States of America. We call it the Center for Teachers Effectiveness. I'm an associate trainer with them. We train teachers how to become good teachers that will impart entrepreneurship knowledge, classroom management, and all that. We train teachers here in the United States. That is one of the projects I'm taking back to Nigeria to help African teachers. We develop them. Teachers can think like entrepreneurs and teach students, develop students in their classroom, so that we ourselves, we are entrepreneurs in our way. Our students are entrepreneurs. They are innovating. Classroom management and all that are the new things that are happening. And I think with that, we're going to be moving to a better future for our students. Thank you so much for this privilege and opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Calvin, sir, over to you.
Yes, I want to tell them that entrepreneurship is all about problem solving, and they should be ready to solve problems. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Minmay ma'am, ending with you with this conversation. Please do summarize.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Sustainable development goals have 70 goals, and education is three number in these goals. So it supports the generation of the development opportunity through inclusive education and the decent work. That is my last. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, ending with this session. Thank you so much, all the eminent speakers and
Dr. Priya,
organizer for giving the opportunity. Yeah,
Dr.
sir.
Priya, can I just add a few points, Dr. Priya?
Sir, only 1 minute is remaining. You can continue.
See,
Up to you.
I just want to add one thing. See, the
Yeah.
government of India has come out, has innovated education by coming out with the national education policy. The basic points are this: one is increase in international footprints, innovation index. Okay, now innovation index, let me tell you, it is measured by the number of IPRs that you generate. Internationalization of student mobility, NIRF ranking, better quality of education, globally competitive or choice-based credit system. Okay, and then one more thing, let me add. See, entrepreneurship does not mean bringing out a product when it pertains to education. It is prevention of early school leaving, like the gross enrollment ratio in India. We are trying to build it up to about 50%. At present, we are very low. Okay, so this is about entrepreneurship because we're not connecting innovation and entrepreneurship with education. That is what we're doing. And see, entrepreneurship education is basically to provide a framework for learning environment and assignment in such a way that the students can see the practical side of the knowledge that they gain. So basically, this is entrepreneurship as far as education is concerned. I don't want to continue because I think we are short of time. So basically, I think we had somehow missed the bus by not connecting these things to education. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Gurleen ma'am. Thank you, all of you. If I have interrupted you and you are disheartened, please sorry. As the time, there is a boundary of the time and I have to complete in the time. That's why.
Thank you all the panelists and Dr. Priya for being a chairperson today.